Hi, I'm Jimmy Walker, Deputy Chief of the Kansas City, Missouri Fire Department, and you've tuned into this week's Weekly Report. Today we're standing at Station 10 at 9th and Paseo. As the weather gets cooler, I think it's time we need to discuss some safety tips. Space heaters can provide extra warmth in areas of your house, so make sure the space heater is at least 3 feet around it to avoid fires. Look for the UL or other safety tag on your heaters to make sure it meets the highest safety standards. And never, ever use an extension cord with them. It may cause a fire. Don't forget, November 4th is the end of daylight saving time, so change your clock, change your battery. If any resident of Kansas City, Missouri is in need of a smoke alarm, please contact us and we'll come out and install them for you. Smoke alarms are your best defense against being injured or killed in a fire, so please be safe out there. It's the holiday season. Many people associate the holidays with candles. I'm here to tell you that candles, while they're very beautiful, can be very dangerous. So let me share a few tips with you about candle safety. 1, please never leave a candle unattended. Number 2, please keep candles away from children and pets. They can knock them over and cause a fire. 3, never ever go to sleep with a lit candle in your home. A great alternative to the real candles are the little battery operated candles. They may not be quite as beautiful, but they are a whole lot safer. I hate to be the one to tell you this, but it's time to rake those leaves up. After the kids are done playing in them, bag them up and set them by the curb for curbside recycling. Curbside leaf and brush collection has started. Collection continues in the Northland the week of October 29th. South Zone pickup takes place the week of November 5th. Remember, you may leave up to 20 bags or bundles of leaves and brush on your curb on your regular trash pickup day. The city's leaf and brush drop-off sites are also now open. The sites are located at 11660 North Main, 1815 North Choteau Trafficway, and 10301 Raytown Road. Drop-off is free to residents on Saturdays with identification. For more information about leaf and brush, visit kcmo.gov and search leaf and brush. And whatever you do, please don't push leaves into the storm sewers. That can clog up or damage pipes, and sometimes it can cause backups into the basements on your block. Hey, the new kcmo magazine's out. So if you didn't get one in the mail, contact 311 and we'll get one sent to you. You might want to check out the article in here about my new boss, Fire Chief Gary Reese. As a reminder, Veterans Day is coming up on November 11th. City Hall and city offices will be closed November 12th, and trash collection will be delayed by 1 day that week. I'm Jimmy Walker with the Kansas City Fire Department on the Weekly Report. Stay safe and stay classy.
Well, the 513 dump hotline was put together once we decided somebody had dumped enough times for us to be frustrated enough to put them on the news. And we wanted people to have a phone number that they could remember. We wanted people to be able to call in so we could start identifying these people. Illegal dumping is something that actually stretches from 150 Highway down towards Grandview all the way up to Platte County. We budget $2 million a year cleaning up illegally dumped garbage. 311 is there if you have an illegal dumping complaint. If somebody's using the private property or the vacant lot across your street as a dump site and you have no idea who's doing it, that's a complaint that needs to go through 311, and we'll have somebody out there investigating it within about 24 hours. 513 dump is if you know somebody who was illegally dumping. Now, it's anonymous. If they want to complain about who turned them in or whatever, they can always complain to me. But it's an anonymous line for people who have witnessed some dumping, people who know who dumpers are and where they live, so we can get out there and start having conversations with them about what's best to do with their trash. So as I'm going through this stuff, I'm looking for anything and everything that's going to lead me to an address. If it's got names on it, that's the best. The city ordinance says that we need to have 3 pieces of evidence with some that'll lead me to a suspect. So once I've got some mail, once I've got addresses, I can see who's paying the property taxes, I can see who's listed on the water bill, I can run the license plates of the vehicles that are at that address to really kind of come down and see who are my actual suspects. Digging through trash is probably the least sexy part about all this. However, if I have the opportunity to actually take somebody to court, it's rewarding. In the 700 and some tickets that I've written, I've only caught 3 people reoffended. So if I've got to go through the trash, we hit them right where it hurts with these fines. The fines are high. It's money they don't have. They don't reoffend. So that's rewarding.
is Taylor Holmes. I am the Youth Engagement Intern for the Mayor's Office. Hire KC is a great opportunity for many youth. These positions are positions that you usually wouldn't think inner city students are able to get, but because of this program, because of the qualifications that you need, i.e. living in Kansas City, you are able to grant students who may not have had those opportunities, the opportunities to achieve and be in positions that are beneficial to them. Some skills or connections that I have made during my internship here that I can take into my future would be managing my time and making sure that I'm working on a calendar, planning out my days. Also, communicating with others. I feel like I'm okay at it, but during my time here, I have learned that you need to say what you need, when you need it, and making sure that you are developing relationships with people. If you walk into the position scared to interact with people, you won't get as much as you can from it.
Today we are at the Charlotte Street Foundation Studios, which is home to many local artists and arts organizations, including Kansas City Public Theater, whose founder we're interviewing today, who is hosting Monday Theater Labs at the Arts Bar. And Elizabeth Bowman, thank you for being here with us today.
Yeah, thank you for featuring us.
And you're part of a thriving theater community, and you've not been around as long as the other theaters. What made you decide to start?
Yeah, well, myself and our other co-founder, Nathan Bowman, we have been involved in Kansas City Theater for at least 10 years, and it is a great, thriving atmosphere, and everybody actually has been very supportive of us in our endeavor, because we've realized as artists that even for us to go see our friends' shows or to see anything else within that's been going on, it costs $40 or more just to go see the show. So as artists, we want to keep going. It's not as accessible since there is that price tag on it. And so we decided to make it, to take down that barrier and make free theater, so not only us and our friends can go see professional quality theater, but people around the city can have the same access as we do. It's also not necessarily as accessible because location. It's intimidating to go to big fancy theaters. And so we really wanted to break down barriers. So our mission is to have free theater, which is pretty radical if you think about it. And so far, we've been able to stick to that mission. And that's what makes us different.
And how long have you been around?
Since November of 2017.
So you're not even a year old?
No, we're coming up on it.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
And can you tell us about the First Monday's Theater Lab? Yeah,
so that was our very first program that we decided to do. We thought it was one of the most important things that we could add to the city. And so it's a safe place for artists to create and for new theater patrons to come experience art. And it's free every single time. And we are in the Arts Bar, the Uptown Arts Bar. They are very generous and let us be there every first Monday of the month. And so some of the programming that we do includes staged readings by local playwrights. Our most recent one was by Priska Jabet Kendagor, and she's a local playwright in Kansas City. And that was really great because we not only got to put up one of her shows on its feet in a staged reading atmosphere, but we also could work with her personally and help her develop the play. And she could take what we were doing and add it to what she liked or take away what she didn't like, because she could actually see it up on its feet.
So it's literally a lab.
Yes, yeah.
A creative lab.
Yeah.
And what's that November First Monday?
So in November, we are going to do The Madness of Lady Bright. It's a one act by Lanford Wilson, who is actually from the area. He passed away, I believe, in the 80s. But he was very prolific in the early 1960s, the 70s, and he had a lot of work that was produced off-Broadway and on Broadway as well. And so this is one of his very first, very famous plays, and it's one of his more experimental plays.
So you're really about keeping it local too. So you have local contemporary playwrights that are working things out, using the lab to work things out and to grow their work. But then you have established local giants whose work may not be on people's radar, or people may not know that they were local or they are local. So that's a great way to expose folks to a variety of plays and works.
Yeah, and that goes back to our accessibility too, right. Because us in Kansas City, a lot of people don't go to New York all the time. We watch TV shows like Law and Order or Friends or whatever, and it's all in New York. We don't have that background, that we haven't lived there. That's not about us. So we want to keep it accessible. Playwrights who are from the area still have the same vernacular and background as people from around here, and it's an easy access into the theater.
And how many people come from month to month?
Usually we have about 30 to 40. The space only holds, we found about 60. We were bursting at the seams, which was great. But it's actually a pretty intimate space.
And what other programs do you have besides First Mondays on your menu of programs?
So we have our theater lab program, which is our monthly program. We have our main stage program, which is we try to do 3 main big productions a year, and so usually that's in the spring, summer, and the fall. Recently we did Medea with Bruce R. Watkins and the Brush Creek Amphitheater, which was really great. That was open to everybody. We had a lot of people who would just stop because they saw something was happening in their neighborhood, and they would come back later. And that was really neat.
So those are public city spaces, actually,
yes.
Which is great that you're utilizing. So, and you're exposing folks to those spaces. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
And if people want to know more about your organization or about the performances, because all of them are free, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Including the ones that you just mentioned.
Yes.
Okay, where would be the best place to go?
So if they go to kcpublictheater.org, they can find us. They can also find us on any social media platform, and it's at Kansas City Public Theater.
Great. Well, Elizabeth, thank you so much for telling us more about your organization, and congratulations on your 1-year anniversary that's coming up.
Great, thank you.
The Neighborhood Tourist Development Fund supports local nonprofits that bring cultural, social, educational, and recreational activities to our area. To learn about additional upcoming events, visit kcmo.gov/ntdf.